Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's me, Crazyfrankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 12 4 key game picks. Before we talk about Week number 12, I'm going to try to get to these quick thoughts from Week number 11, and apparently, for the second week in a row, we really don't know who the best team is in both conferences. And the reason why we've been saying that is because lately, a lot of these NFL games have been surprises or unexpected. I mean, we've had some numerous blowouts or some upsets. We've already had the Bills getting upset again, but this time by the Colts. The Vikings beating the Packers in a last-second field goal. The Titans getting embarrassed by the Texans. And an old nemesis that a lot of teams thought they were finally going to hopefully not have to worry about them. Unfortunately, they're kind of back, and that is the New England Patriots. Yep, the Patriots are back in first in the AFC East, where they have dominated that division for more than almost now going on 20 years already. So really right now, it is really difficult to say who is the best team in either conference. I mean, last week I thought Tennessee had more of the edge. The NFC, I thought the Packers had more of the edge. And it is just, there's so much uncertainty right now in both the AFC and NFC conferences that basically, it could be anybody's, it could be any NFL team now I consider to probably be the Super Bowl champions. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if you're a fan of a franchise that has no Super Bowl championships, I'm one of them. I'm one of them to know the fact that lightning bolt behind there is, I've been waiting for them to accomplish that, but Lord knows I don't know if I'm going to be alive to see that happen. But there is just a lot of uncertainty right now who's going to be the team to beat in the NFL. And I'll look at it this way. The defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think to me, may have proven their point now. And I really think this is a team that's going to be on a run. The way they destroyed the Giants on Monday night. Who's to say? I mean, you cannot count out the defending champion Buccaneers. Tom Brady, they're getting their players back. They're almost back to full strength. So this is going to be a lot of interesting things that are going to happen now moving forward for that team. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Buccaneers start will have a big say in this as well. Anyways, let's just talk about week number 12, shall we? And obviously this is Thanksgiving week. It is my Thanksgiving edition. So unfortunately, I'm not going to talk about any of the Thanksgiving games because all three of them seem to be pretty predictable. Well, I don't know, maybe Bills-Saints game, it could be unexpected because after the way the Bills have played their last three games, you never know if the Saints will have a say and maybe there could be an upset here. But anyways, let's just talk about my 4 key game picks for this week. All right, let's begin with key game number 1 and then talking about the defending Super Bowl champions. This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Indianapolis Colts. Now, a little interesting to say, why do you want to talk about this game when it looks like the Buccaneers might be a heavy favorite in this one? The odds makers from from most parts of the country that allow some sort of betting, they all have the Buccaneers at 3. Bucks are a 3-point favorite in this one here. And I wouldn't be surprised towards kickoff on Sunday if that goes to 2.5. The way the Indianapolis Colts have been playing, I mean, you look at Carson Wentz, he went 11 of 20, 106 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. The defense was really more the difference in that game, the way they just dismantled the Bills. Now, for Tampa Bay, their offense really was key, but their defense really are also showing remorse, too. They're also showing their own, I should say, they're showing some rebound, and they're becoming a factor once again. Now, Brady, 30 of 46, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The Bills, forgive me on that. Let me just say this again. The Colts and the Buccaneers, look, the edge I see in defense-wise really goes to the Buccaneers. Indianapolis was fortunate enough the Bills made so many mistakes last week, but I just don't see it in this game. I think this will be a competitive game, but Tom Brady and that offense is just starting to become more in sync now. And I just think them as a 3-point favorite, it's almost about right, but it could be 2.5 by the time it's kickoff. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers here. The Buccaneers offense, they're starting to show some connection again. Their defense played much better than they did the last few games. And I think this will be a competitive game, but I like the Buccaneers in this one here. I think the Buccaneers will eke out a victory here against the Colts. The Colts, knowing full well they're doing their best to try to get back in that division race with Tennessee in that AFC South. But I think they're going to hit a wall in this game here. I think the Buccaneers are going to be too much for them. I like the Buccaneers over the Colts here. And speaking of the Titans, as I get into my key game, as I get into my second key game here, the Tennessee Titans versus the New England Patriots. Patriots are a 6-point favorite in this one here. I think that number might be just a little bit lower towards kickoff. It could be 5.5, maybe 5. But let's just see. Tannehill, 35 of 52, 323 yards, 1 touchdown, but 4 interceptions. Obviously, he had one of his worst games in a long time. Now, Mac Jones, 22 of 26, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Patriots defense, I hate to admit, is no joke. They are not a joke here. They've really done a fantastic job of holding their opponents basically not even close to maybe 14, let alone under 20 points in their last few games. So this is going to be kind of a test. Now, I know Tennessee, I know Derrick Henry's out for the season, so I would start to show a little bit on towards Tennessee's side here. But the problem with Tennessee, they are missing Derrick Henry big time. And obviously, he's not coming back for the remainder of the season. He's done for the year. And that is really going to be a huge factor for the Tennessee Titans. And what do I see happening in this game? Oh, boy. If the New England Patriots defense play like they've been playing the last few years, that's trouble for Tennessee. If they're not able to run the ball, if the Titans can't run the ball, that's trouble because they will force Tannehill to just basically win the game all by himself. And obviously, the pass rush for New England has improved a lot defensive-wise. So I hate to say this here. Tennessee is going to have to find their identity soon because as we head towards the end of the season, I think it's going to be trouble for Tennessee unless they figure this thing out. And the way the Patriots defense has been playing here, I like the New England Patriots in this game. I think the Patriots will continue their win streak. I think they're going to keep on winning here until they have that showdown with the Bills, which will definitely be the showdown for the AFC East. But for the time being right now, I like the Patriots in this game. Tennessee's running game, if they don't get any sort of running game going in this game, that's trouble, and I like New England in this game. So definitely take the Patriots -6 here. Patriots over the Titans, excuse me. Key game number 3, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the important games in the AFC North Division. Bengals are actually a 4-point favorite in this game, and I think that number should be a little bit lower. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why do I say that? Look, I understand they lost to the Chargers, but let's be real. Whenever I talk about the Chargers here, their defense just has a lot of trouble. They don't know how to stop the run and all this other nonsense that I've been saying. We're talking about this game here. This is going to be a little bit different for the Steelers here. But since, I don't know, this is kind of my honest opinion, this game's a toss-up here. Now, Roethlisberger, 28 of 44, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions in a loss to the Chargers. Burrow, 20 of 29, 148 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. But then again, they were playing a Raiders team that has lost their identity, and basically their season is basically on the brink of extinction. This is going to be a much tougher game for Cincinnati. Their defense is going to have to really, really step up in this game. Pittsburgh's offense is still pretty good, and you just can't count out Ben Roethlisberger. He's still pretty good, and their offense has been able to run the ball efficiently. So if I'm Cincinnati's defense, you better find a way to stop Roethlisberger in this game, because really, you just can't count out the Steelers here, and this is a big test for the Bengals here. But I like the Steelers in this game. I think I could see an upset happening in this game here. If their offense stays in sync and all, and their defense can make some big plays against the Bengals, I like the Steelers in this game. I think Cincinnati's going to have to play complete flawless football in order to win this game here. I think Pittsburgh is not through yet, and I think this is a game they get back on track and still keep pace with the Ravens in that AFC North division. I'm going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers +4 on this one here. Steelers over the Bengals. And finally, key game number 4, and staying within the AFC North Division, the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a 4-point favorite in this one here, and I would say that's about right. I haven't heard officially yet from the Ravens from what I've been reading at the time I record this video and the time this video gets uploaded on YouTube. Lamar Jackson, no word if he's still a game time decision, but it wouldn't surprise me if he starts in this game, and I think he will. Obviously, because of an unknown illness he had, it wasn't COVID. I think he's going to be playing Sunday. Treat that with a little bit of caution here, because I really don't know if that's 100% true or not. Now, Mayfield in his last in just an unimpressive win against the Lions. 15 of 29, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions. And at a time, really, just the Browns are just completely out of sync. They just have there's no chemistry in this team. And obviously their defense isn't, and obviously at the same time too, their defense isn't all that good either. They're having trouble stopping good plays. On both sides of the ball, the Browns right now have issues, and I don't know if they're going to get this resolved. And this is a game the Browns really need just to keep pace in the division, which everybody in the AFC North is still in contention. The Ravens, obviously, because they didn't have Lamar, they barely beat the Bears last week. But I think that if Lamar plays in this game, there's no question the Ravens' offense will be way better than last week. I'm going to make this short and sweet here. I'm picking the Ravens because lately the Browns, they just haven't shown me that they're a team that should be why should we take the Browns seriously still? They're having issues. They got off the field issues. Who knows if Mayfield's injuries are still affecting him? This is one of the reasons why I like the Ravens in this game. I think there's too many issues that the Browns have. It's just going to really affect them. And the Ravens, if Lamar Jackson plays in this game and he's healthy in this one here, I like the Ravens in this game -4 here. Ravens over the Browns. All right, everybody, that wraps up my picks for week number 12. For all my Week 12 picks, please check the description below. And I want to take this time to thank every one of my viewers who watches my videos. And have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the time with your family if you do. And I'll see you guys next week when I talk about my picks for week number 13. Take care and enjoy your football weekend.